Last night, we got some very funny news regarding Afcon, and CAF ruled that Morocco is now the champions of Afcon. They are the winners, and I know it's a very controversial take. It's a very controversial in this tournament, and so many people cannot understand why it took them this long for them to decide that they have to give Morocco the trophy. And they say that there is a rule that if a team forfeits a game, then the other team wins by 3 goals, 3-0. So Morocco is said to have won 3-0 in this tie. My biggest question, and I've seen someone else also asking the same thing, because I've been thinking since I got that news. I've been thinking about it overnight. That is why I didn't rush to do any content about it. I've been thinking if uh, they say that Senegal forfeited the match. Now, in what context? Because they need to explain to us what forfeiting a match means. Even in the if you play PS, forfeiting the match means you exit the match completely. In this game, Senegal didn't leave the pitch or the players. Some were left. Sadio Mane was on the pitch. Even in normal football, if all players are off the pitch and there's one player on the pitch, uh, it's considered that the game is still on unless everyone leaves the pitch from that team. Now, in this case, uh, Senegal did leave the pitch, but it was not all the players. There were players who were still on the pitch. So there's a glitch in this law, and we need clarity on this, because I don't believe Senegal forfeited the match. And at the end of the day, Senegal came back. After they came back, they continued playing and won the game as they should have won. Now, this means that if the game was allowed to continue, they did not forfeit the match. Forfeiting the match should mean that Senegal completely refused to play and the match ended there. That is forfeiting. Now, if Senegal came back and were allowed to continue playing, then it means that they did not forfeit the match. And this has proven that there was an agenda to give Morocco this cup. Even the officiating showed that their plan was for Morocco to win it, not Senegal. And that is why it's been easy for them to just strip Senegal of the title and hand over to Morocco. As a football fan, as an African football fan, I would say I don't recognize Morocco as the champions. My champion is Senegal and will remain Senegal all through. I don't care what CAF says. I don't care who they gave the trophy to. Our our champion as Africans is Morocco. It's Senegal, and that will not change just because CAF probably decided to give it to Morocco, and I don't think this is the right decision. I don't think that law really translates to what they've done. And I hope they come out and explain more, like in details on what, in their terms, forfeiting the match means. Because if even if you use normal translation, forfeiting doesn't mean halfway. You cannot forfeit something and then complete it. If you forfeit, you forfeit. So I think that they just use this as an excuse. And the fact that they can investigate into this matter, yet they didn't investigate on what Morocco was doing to their opponents' goalkeepers, and they turned a blind eye to that. Nobody has even mentioned it anywhere. The dark arts of Morocco, because that was wrong. Whatever Morocco did to goalkeepers was wrong, distracting the goalkeeper throughout a game, sending your ball boys and your substitutions to go and steal goalkeepers' towels, which were even just outside the pitch, not inside. and they did nothing about it shows that already CAF was on the side of Morocco, and this is a disgrace to this tournament. And also knowing that we are hosting the next one, I feel disappointed by CAF. I feel so much disappointed because this competition is losing its credibility, and this might affect future games and how people view Afcon, because this was a big decision and people had already moved on from that. Now coming back and saying that you've stripped Senegal of their title and giving to Morocco, this is a disgrace to this tournament and this competition. And I don't feel like this is what we need as Africans, because we need to grow. We need to grow our football, and this is like a 20 steps back. I feel like we've just gone 20 steps back now. This is wrong.